Hello, I have the best job in the world. I am a functional medicine practitioner and I get to see people's lives change. For too many years, the medical community has shamed people that are obese or diabetic into thinking that they are responsible for how they are. So for so many years, we have had this thought, if they could just control themselves better, if they can exercise more, they won't have these problems. That in actual fact is so wrong. Obesity and diabetes is a disease and it's caused by hormones, many different hormones, of which insulin is the big problem. So insulin production in the body is made so that we can store glucose into the cells. So to keep up with the amount of carbohydrates that we eat in our diet, the body produces more and more insulin. Because we need to keep the blood sugar levels in our blood low, because sugar is actually toxic. So the more sugars we eat, the more insulin our body produces. So over the years, our insulin production just goes up and up and up, but our blood sugar stays normal. And then we reach a point where we call that insulin resistance. So what exactly does it mean? That means that your body gets to a point where the insulin is not doing what it should be doing and your blood sugar now rises. And surprise, surprise, you are now diagnosed as a diabetic. And the shocking part is that over 50% of Americans are either diabetic or pre-diabetic. That is 120 million people. That is just shocking. So insulin is also responsible for causing hunger and for storing fat. So insulin is called the fat storage hormone. So now we can get a little bit of a better understanding of obesity and the whole metabolic syndrome. And when we look at the food that we eat carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. The biggest culprit is carbohydrates in the cause of this disease. And the one thing that is really alarming is that the Diabetic Association recommends that people eat between 40 and 80 grams of carbohydrates per meal. This is really just making people even more sick. So if you can relate to any of this, if any of this sounds familiar to you, I think I've probably gotten you fairly depressed now. So let me just tell you a little story. I have a very good friend who called me a few months ago, and she was very upset. She now finally got the family diagnosis. She is diabetic. So she knows that I've worked with other patients with diabetes and helped them. So she immediately called, and in our conversation, my first question I asked her was, did your doctor advise you to change your diet or your lifestyle to help with the diabetes? And she was so upset when she said the only thing they told her was to take this medication or she will have a stroke. So we sat down, we had a bit of evaluation of where she's at. I educated her on some of the things that she's had to declutter her mind from, or ways or things that she was thinking. And we sat down, we created an action plan. Fast forward 5 months later, she's never taken any medication. She is down 58 pounds. She feels absolutely wonderful. She doesn't feel sick anymore. So if this is something that I could help you with, if this is a place where you feel you are at, would you click on the link below and set up a free appointment and we can talk. We can create an action plan that is just for you individually, that will suit you. I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon, and thanks for taking the time. Bye-bye.